Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und Hallo zu einem weiteren Part Let's Play Fake Randora. Ich bin es am Simmerfix. Wir sind hier immer noch im Paradies von Avalon. Beim letzten Mal haben wir hier unsere ersten Prüfungen hier abgeschlossen. Unser Ziel ist es hier, das Innerste zu erreichen, wo wir eine Waffe herstellen können, mit dem wir das Monstrum Cernunnos bezwingen können. Doch davor muss erstmal die auserwählte Castoria hier die Prüfungen erfüllen und hier ihr Leben nochmal widerspiegeln. Beim letzten Mal haben wir ihre traurige Kindheit gehabt und da nun im Endeffekt uns gesagt wurde, jetzt kommt der schlimmste Part ihres Lebens, denke ich mal, wird es jetzt nicht unbedingt besser, was mir natürlich sehr leid tut für unsere nette Dame. Ich darf schon wieder keine Castoria nehmen. Wir sind ja cool. Jo, gut, dann werden wir... Gute Frage. Ach, was... Skady. Ja, ich weiß schon, wir dürfen nur 3 Servants nehmen. Jada. Kämmer. Also. Merlin ist übrigens auch mit in der Hood. Das freut uns natürlich sehr. Denn es ist immer gut, den ollen Dude dabei zu haben. Ich vertraue Brown Monte. Ob das eine gute Idee ist. So. Wo ist mein eigenes Skady? Ich finde es nicht. Skady. Dankeschön. So, dann geben wir BG und dann wird das schon irgendwie so vom Damage gehen, hoffe ich jetzt mal. Den wird, ja, 30% wird schon refunden und dann haben wir hier einen Big Bad Boss. Oder, lassen wir es so, warte mal. Ich verlasse mich einfach mal drauf. Ich weiß nicht, inzwischen kommen die Gegner immer in Scharen, also brauchen wir wahrscheinlich kein Plugin. So, zack, und wieder Bond Up. Müssen wir ja jedes Mal neu verteilen. Danke dafür, Spiel mal wieder. Und nehmen hier die Quick-Uniform, wenn wir sie schon haben. Okay, gut. Dann machen wir weiter. Nun kommen wir vom Winter. Eben Castors Jugend, Kindheit hier, wo sie im Endeffekt ja wie Vieh behandelt worden ist. Hatte sie ihre kleinen netten Momente hier mit Merlin. Doch, nun kommt im Endeffekt das Schlimme. Also das haben wir schon mal angedeutet gesehen. Also ich denke es mal, dass das jetzt kommen wird. Das fand ich ja im Endeffekt war das Schlimmste, wo hier die Einheimischen... Oh nee, die machen ja wieder den Stunt. Wo sie ja Castoria dazu gezwungen haben, ihr Hector zu töten. Und das ist ja derselbe Hector wahrscheinlich, der schon zu Asics-Zeiten da war. Weil ja, also das fand ich wirklich ganz, ganz schlimm. Und ja, wie gesagt, der sich ja ein bisschen um sie gekümmert hat, wie gesagt, also sie ihn dann auf Befehl der Dorfbewohner töten musste. Also wie gesagt, das war definitiv die grausamste Aktion. Und ich denke mal, das wird hier nun die nächste Erinnerung sein, die wir durchleben müssen. So, 2 haben wir noch von euch, Würstel. Schön! Alter! Stun, Baby, Mann! Hin und wieder klappt das dann gut. So, Boom on the Kick, Mann. Gut, wir haben hier den Pfad geschafft. Wir haben wieder mal die Gegner bezwungen. Ein bisschen Bonuspunkte gesammelt. Doch nun, denke ich mal, werden wir erneut hier die Erinnerung von Castoria miterleben müssen. Schauen wir mal, ob der Herbst besser ist als der Winter. Irgendwie, theoretisch, ich sage jetzt mal, würde der Name es ja eigentlich andeuten, aber leider haben wir schon mitbekommen, dass das nicht so ist. This happened when I was 12 years old. So you're 12 now. You've done well to grow this far. Right, I think it's time I sent you on an errand. I'm a little worried about letting you go alone, but you are stronger now that you can use Magecraft. You know how where Drift Cape is? Yes? There's an Earth Clan fairy living there. I'd like you to bring this to him. Just make sure you're back by nightfall. Ja, es wird die Geschichte mit Hector sein. Huh? No way. Could that house be? There was no mistaking it. That lone house atop of the cape was an iron theme park. An artisan workshop like Merlin had told me about. The kind of place at the very top of my bucket list. The kind that couldn't be found in Tindergell. It's a smithy! cool! Wow, that's amazing! Even I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I couldn't have acted more suspicious if I tried. I probably looked like a burglar. So, it was no surprise when... What are you doing here, girl? Are you trying to get your head split open? Ah! Our first meeting couldn't have gone worse. His name was Hector. He was a blacksmith of the Earth clan. He was an eccentric who had been living at the Cape for 100 years, and everyone in the village feared him. He was really stubborn and kind of scary looking, but he was a true friend and never once lied to me. Huh. The leather purchase from Tentacle. They weren't trying to steal my iron. You were bringing me some? So you're not a burglar, huh? So this is from the Tentacle Elder. What was that? I can't hear you. Speak up. Enunciate. Louder. Hector's hearing was poor, so I had to be really loud if I wanted him to hear me. What's more, he hated fairies. Both his inner voice and his heart were dripping with pitch black hatred. He's gonna kill me if I stay here too long. He really is going to split my head open with a hammer. My excitement about being in a real smithy is gone. I decided to leave the Elder's package and beat a hasty retreat. But then... Wait. Let me get a good look at you. You're the child of prophecy, aren't you? I see. So it's already been 12 years since I made the prayer prophecy. Get back to your village. This is no place for a young girl. I live out in this backwater, so I don't have to see anyone. Don't you ever come here again, got it? I don't have time to deal with the child of prophecy. Yes, sir. Sorry for the intrusion. Selbstverständlich hasst er wen, weil wenn er auch eins der Mitglieder von ASEC war, dann wird er wahrscheinlich genauso bestürzt damals über den Verrat gewesen sein. Und gleichzeitig natürlich, wieso sie nochmal angeschaut, weil er eben aussieht wie sie. In a panic, I made my way out of his house, just avoiding the hammer he threw my way. I ran from the cape and straight back to the village. My steps were slow and pudding with... Oh, so jetzt geskippt. Darf ich nochmal? Oder auch nicht. Dieser gestolpert. Punkt. Und trotzdem musste sie öfters hier ihn besuchen, oder? I came back. Didn't I tell you to stay away? What are you doing here? Why do you don't listen to me? Is every fairy with that face actually a boar? Or maybe a bear? Every fairy with that face is... Don't touch that. That's processed iron. I'll give any fairy who touches it off. Looks like you're okay. I see. You might be like a Wind Clan fairy, but you're actually with the Demon Boar clan. Of course, there's no such thing as a Demon Boar clan. So you're not afraid of iron or the forge, huh? What, you got interest in them? I see. I see. Und so besuchte sie ihn scheinbar öfters, was irgendwann die Fienden im Dorf störte. Back again, are you? Well, I doubt anyone else in the village would want to spend time with me. Your outfit's rubbish. Nice that it has a lot of pockets, but it seems end finish are horrible. Here, give your elder a message for me. Tell him I'll give him a discount if he sends someone to help me. Really? Hector, does it mean? Don't call me Hector. Just Grandpa Smithy is fine. You better be here every other day to help out. Got that? No, I don't know how to hold a tool, but you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it to hurt yourself that way. You gotta learn the fundamentals. Can't have you dying in a shop accident and ruining my reputation. If you're really interested in learning what it takes to be a smith, I can teach you. But don't expect me to pay you. If anything, you ought to be paying me for those lessons. I put it on the tab so you can pay it back when you make it a big. And so I began studying a new field in preparation for my journey as the child of prophecy. Hector was rough and intimidating, but he also excelled at fine craftsmanship and intricate ornamentation. A year after I started helping him, I learned that Hector was famous in certain circles as a master smith. I found out he didn't just take jobs from other villages in southwest Britain. He also occasionally got special orders from big cities like Salisbury, Oxford, and even as far as Manchester. For example, "Excuse me, is Sir Hector in?" It was the first time a customer had shown up personally at Hector's workshop. I tried to give her a proper welcome so it would reflect well on Hector. Oh, Leute, das war Spartakus, oder? Blonde Fairy. "Sir Hector, are you here? I'm Gawain." Es ist klar. "I sent you an order some time ago." I don't know if it was intentional or if she just couldn't hear me, but she ignored me completely. "So you're Gawain, huh? Never thought I'd see another Tamlin. I can see you're a strong one. You ought to be able to handle this armor then. It's all ready to go in the back room. If it fits alright, I can pack it up for you today. Give me a hand, Tutorial, and make sure you don't drop it. It ain't cheap." "There's no need for that. It fits well. I'll just wear it out." "I see. Alright. Come with me then. Tutorial, stay here and tidy up." I heard the clatter of armor being put on it at the back room, along with Hector and the fairy's conversation. Apparently, she was an amazing upper-class Fang clan fairy who had been chosen to become a Tamlin. She was also well known in Gloucester's social circles, had impeccable manners, was as strong as she was tall. And she obviously had enough money to buy the silver armor Hector had been working on at least 4 years. For some reason, I found myself getting angry. "This is fantastic work, Sir Hector. I'm grateful you're here to do it." It was a fulfilling job. The only one I've had since I came here." "Really?" "I would think an artisan of your skill could easily find work anywhere." "I know this is rude of me to suggest, but my own city still lacks a sizable smithy. If I think you might be amenable for moving there." "Huh? What the hell is she on about?" "Did you hear that? It almost sounded like a bullfrog, or maybe a nightcrow." "Stay out of this, you idiot. Don't you know she's a Tamlin?" But come on, Grandpa. Who the hell does she think she is, trying to persuade you to move away?" I won't deny that I had something of a foul mouth by this point. I blame Merlin, but wer ist da dann schuld? Ne, es ist immer Merlin. Still, I really was pissed, so I marched up to the Tamlin and glared at her, hoping I'd make her leave. "Oh, you must be Sir Hector's apprentice. I can understand how you feel. I would be sad to part ways with a trusted mentor as well. I'm therefore willing to forgive this outburst. But regardless, don't talk to me again until you've grown up some. When you're as tall as I am, it's a literal pain in the neck to talk to smaller people. Not that I imagine anyone of your size would ever even begin to understand what it's like." And with that, the Tamlin up and left. It was clear she had forgotten all about me the moment she stopped speaking to me. Her signature on Hector's order slipped in say Gawain. It says Barchest. Some weird curse kept me from reading it, since I can always tell when someone is lying. I could see through it. I'm gonna remember that name. You see, if I don't. Not bad. I ran out of things to teach you in only 4 years. Apprentice or not, you're a full-fledged smith now. Not much we can do about your lack of magic energy though. All things with the village first. Do they still believe you're the child of prophecy? Things are the same as ever. Half the village still doesn't believe I am. Everyone wants to send the child of prophecy on their way through, so things more or less work out. What about you, Grandpa? Do you really think I'm the child of prophecy? Was me. I couldn't care less about Tintergirl. Now go get us some sand from the beach. We need to make a lot of jewelry starting tomorrow. There's a festival coming up in the Cat-Sith village soon, and they ordered a bunch of cheap trinkets. Hector was very good with his hands, so in addition to weapons, armor, and household items, he also made jewelry. His workbench was always covered with different kinds of ornaments and accessories. He said they were just cheap trinkets, meant to fool children, but for someone like me, who'd only ever had one outfit to collar on, they may as well have been the crown jewels. They glittered like stars in the night sky, red, blue, green, and sometimes even yellow. Apparently, I had a habit of stopping what I was doing and gazing at the barrettes that were all arrayed on their workbench. One day, on my second autumn of helping there, Hector saw me absorbed in them and said, "If you want, go ahead and take one to keep for a reference. I can write it off within the margin of error." For a smith, the margin of error refers to a product that are cracked or broken in the process of making something. Of course, Hector would never make anything defective, but he was kind enough to offer me one anyway, to encourage me. But thanks, but no thanks. If I brought something of my own back, they'd just take it away again. I was thrilled that he offered it to me. I wanted so much to accept it that my vision blurred with tears. But the fairies of Tintergale had proved, with the staff of selection, that I could never have anything I really cared about. Still, it did help me to remember a conversation I've had when I was younger. It was with Merlin, when I was recklessly working day and night to try to move things along as fast as I could. Man, it sucks when things that should have disappeared long ago just stick around, like those narrow-minded fairies who keep trying to control you. This is the worst. Everyone in Britain is so awful now. Just kidding, but if that's how you feel, Toria, you should say so. It's okay if you want to want what you want. You don't have to deny yourself. Now, what is this you want the most right now? Don't be embarrassed, just tell me. I want a spell that can blow an enemy to smithness. Here, like this. I see. So, you need a tool you can charge with magic energy, and a spell you can use to make gunpowder explode. This is dangerously close to magical terrorism. Then again, there's no telling when or where the black dogs might come after you. Okay, I try putting together a little recipe. Just give me 6 days, okay? Let's see, I think there was a smith in Norwich who was an expert in this sort of thing. You're so kind and helpful, Merlin. I bet you've been on lots of dates, haven't you? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't really understand much about the whole love business. It's a lot like food for me. Instead of thinking about my companion, all I think about is what it tastes like. That's kinda why neither fairies nor humans ever had much love for me. But then, once I was suddenly thrust into a role where I had to be a romantic, and I ended up better at it than anyone else. Honestly, I'm more unsure of what that says about me than anyone. So you don't have a single lover, even though you're the mage of flowers? Aren't you lonely? Maybe, though probably not too much since I didn't realize it until you said something. It's not something I ever worried about. I always knew I'd be forever out of reach. That's sad. For me, studying magecraft, looking for a way to save Britain and finding a lover are all basically the same. What do you mean? What I mean is, it might be lonesome to look for a star you know doesn't exist, but it's kind of fun. Then, on the morning I turned 16, the village fairies all gathered in the town square and told me, "We want to see proof that you're really a child of prophecy. That blacksmith who lives on the cliff as an imperial guard. You're the only one he's not wary of. You're the only one he trusts. If you truly are the fairy destined to save Britain, then kill him for us. Please, please, we are so anxious. Our every day is filled with fear. So go on, prove you can protect us by taking care of him." That's the end of my autumn memories. Und wir haben ja schon gesehen, dass sie das leider getan hat. Wie gesagt, es war jetzt nicht so, dass sie die große Wahl hatte. Und den armen Hector hier umgebracht hat. So. Ihr Herbst. Naja. Zumindest vom Herbst geht es in den Sommer. Der Sommer wird jetzt auch eine interessante Phase, nennen wir es einfach mal so. Denn wir wissen ja im Endeffekt schon, auf was das hinauslaufen wird. So, ja, müssen wir das ja uns setzen. So, nämlich darauf, dass hier Wood Wars kommt und alles auslöscht. So, jetzt suchen wir mal hier einfach Buster, One Enemy. Schau, wen nehmen wir schön? Das einfach mal hier ganz random. Ach, nehmen wir Musashi, oder? Musashi killt alles, Mann. Musashi, BG. Geht schon. Ach verdammt, wir haben den Append noch nicht mit dir freigeschaltet. Dann geht's nicht, dann brauche ich doch meine eigene noch. So. Und ja, im Endeffekt nähern wir uns ja schon auf, also nicht das Ende, aber eben, ja, wohl doch das Ende. Wir wissen ja, was am Ende des Weges steht, nämlich wir und dass sie dieses schöne Schwert schmieden muss. Bewegt sie sich zu. Und das bedeutet natürlich auch gleichzeitig etwas sehr Schlimmes. Nämlich, dass das hier zu Ende geht. 16 Jahre, in denen sie hier gelebt hat. Und es sehr, sehr wenige Highlights gab. Es ist echt sehr, sehr grausig, Mann. Aber man muss auch sagen, das ist natürlich eine der größten Stärken hier, Lostbelt 6. Ich glaube, wir haben noch nie einen Servant generell in FGO gehabt, der so viel Character Development, Screentime hatte, wie unsere gute Castoria. So, machen wir für Force. Das bringt uns zwar jetzt nicht so. Wir haben uns überlegt, ob es eins. Egal, komm, ich hau nur eine Runde drauf, dann ist eh vorbei. So. Möllen! Nicht, dass einer sagt, dass ich nicht mehr Möllen nutze. So, das ist nämlich ein guter Force Story. Also, Force Story. Halbwegs Force Story Support. Leute, ich call jetzt mal echt, dass nur die eine Buster-Karte das beenden würde, Mann. Nur die eine Buster-Karte würde es so hart zerstören. Ich glaube, die würde mehr Damage machen als das eigentliche MP. Jawohl, Leute, das ist Musashi. Oh. Ja, Leute, ich sage, wir hätten von Anfang an das einsetzen sollen. Okay, Guts, ja gut, lebst halt. Lie! Creation. Sacrifice. Leute, überlegt euch mal, das sind die Erinnerungen von Musashi. Das macht es eigentlich noch viel schlimmer. Von Musashi von Castoria. So tut man übrigens den MP-Refund. Haben wir nur mit dicken Buster-Karten drauf an. Okay. So. Dann würde ich aber jetzt mal sagen, wir machen heute ein bisschen früher Schluss. Beim nächsten Mal geht es dann weiter und dann werden wir hier die Sommererinnerung von Castoria erleben. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.